It was a moment in sports history a city and a state will never forget. For the man behind the microphone at that game, it was the greatest experience of his professional career.
The Portland Trailblazers have won the World Championship.
Did you think about what you were going to say at that moment?
No, I had no idea. No, I didn't have anything written down in case this would happen or that would happen. It came out.
The road to that championship season took Bill Schonely around the country and around the world. He was born in Norristown, Pennsylvania on June 1st, 1929. He once asked his mom about his name.
Your father and I, when you were born on the first day of the month, we decided to call you Bill, because never forget, son, all bills come on the first of the month.
From an early age, Schonely loved music, the big band sounds of Glenn Miller, and singing. By his high school years, he had another love, a young lady named Dottie. It wasn't meant to be at the time, and the high school sweethearts parted ways. Bill went on to join the Marine Corps. He was sent to the South Pacific, where he landed a job interview with Armed Forces Radio, and his career was born.
I sat down in front of this major, and we talked. He said, "We want you here." So they changed my orders, and I started Armed Forces Radio in late 1949, and I've been in the business ever since. And that really whetted my appetite.
Schonely even landed a part on Bob Hope's radio show when the comedian made a stop in Guam.
I credit the United States Marine Corps for this young whippersnapper at the time to straighten me out, and here we are. I do everything I can for the Marine Corps.
After his service, Schonely took a chance on a broadcasting job in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He was a DJ, read the news, had a talk show. He did a little of everything, and I mean everything. He was even a ring announcer for wrestling. It was a side hustle he continued when he moved to Seattle in 1955. He even ended up in the ring after a challenge from the Outlaw.
So dumb me, I said, because I knew nothing about this at all, I said, yeah, that sounds okay. So for a week I was lifting weights and doing things and getting it ready, getting my shoes and so forth and so on. Well, the next week the place was jammed again. I got up there and I did wrestle a little bit. They were very nice to me, and the good guys won it. So that's all it was.
Schonely made a name for himself in Seattle, among other things, broadcasting games for the Seattle Totems hockey team. He stepped in once to play goalie.
At one time, I was doing hockey, end of baseball season, and working on Husky football broadcast all at the same time. And some of the weekends, I wouldn't even get home. I'd be all over the place.
Schonely eventually got the call to broadcast Major League Baseball for the Seattle Pilots. The team would move to Milwaukee, and Schonely himself would make a move in 1970 after getting a call from Harry Glickman about his brand new NBA team in Portland.
They put me up on a flop house downtown, and I came over to his office, and we talked for about 5 or 6 minutes, shook hands. That was coming up right now as we speak 48 years ago.
Good evening, basketball fans, wherever you may be.
The man who would become known as the Schons has seen it all, every year of Trailblazer basketball. He did get a call from the Seattle Mariners in 1976, but he decided to stay in Portland just in time for that magical 1977 season.
Not too many people expected a lot out of the Portland Trailblazers, especially getting into the finals. And about halfway through the year, all of a sudden you could feel something good was going to happen.
And it did. The Blazers beat Philadelphia, and they were NBA champions.
There's a bedlam out there. I could hardly see, and I'm darting around and with the mic, with a headset on, and it was wonderful.
Then Schonely made his way to the locker room for the post-game show.
I no sooner got back there than Maurice Lucas, Walton, and David Twardzik picked me up and threw me in the shower with them. I was soaking wet. I couldn't do the post-game show. That's okay. They gave me a ring instead, so that's all right. There were parties everywhere you went, on the streets, in the neighborhoods, went bonkers.
The celebration and parade that followed only solidified the city's love affair with the Blazers and the man who coined the phrase, Rip City.
It just came to me, and it grew and grew and grew, and now the company is called Rip City Inc. And wherever you go, it's Rip City. And matter of fact, you're talking to the mayor of Rip City. Anything I could do for you, Joe?
Another championship, perhaps? Schonely agrees with that, but says they better hurry up. At 88, he hopes to continue as a team ambassador for another 2 years. At 90, he'll think about slowing down. For now, he enjoys looking back. Speaking of which, he made a call to someone he hadn't talked to in years. Remember Dottie? They reconnected in 1989.
So we chatted. I said, coming back for the reunion, would it be possible to see you? We saw one another, bingo, bango, bongo. We got married, started together, we'll end it together.
Dottie once said, "This isn't Bill's job, it's his life."
Rip City, baby.
For all the charities he has helped, for all the friends he has made, for all the fans he has entertained, Rip City says thank you and congratulations to Bill Schonely, Oregon history maker.
I've given my life to the Portland Trailblazers, most of my professional life, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I thank everybody for their encouragement. This night is very special to me, and I shall cherish it forever.
Rip City, baby.